This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Hippity Hoppity Hump Day, Wednesday, September 4th. I'm here with Brandon and Stephanie. I'm Erica, and Jeff has the night off, so enjoy your night off, Big Jeff. Let's get started. All new tonight, Avengers star Scarlett Johansson is throwing her support behind Woody Allen. For decades, the critically acclaimed director has denied molesting his adoptive daughter, Dylan Farrow. And now Scarlett tells The Hollywood Reporter she believes him and would work with him again. She says, "I have had a lot of conversations with him about it. I have been very direct with him, and he's very direct with me. He maintains his innocence, and I believe him." My biggest question after hearing this story is, what is the upside to this for Scarlett Johansson?
I was thinking about this. I really don't know. In this era where Me Too is so, prevalent and we're all talking about it all the time, I just don't understand. She's obviously trying to show some sort of loyalty, but in this day and age, we tend to believe the victim until proven guilty. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Not guilty, sorry, in this case. There's been no formal legal reprimand for this gentleman because there's been apparently not sufficient evidence. So I'm at a loss as to where she's going with this.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, she's staying loyal. She's staying loyal to her friends, staying loyal to her director. And remember, Scarlett Johansson has done a lot for women when it comes to women empowerment. Remember that when James Franco wore the Time's Up pin to the Golden Globes, she's the one who called him out. She's been calling out those sorts of injustices. So my thing is, where's the outrage or where's the outcry, or maybe it's just too early right now, like the outcry for Dave Chappelle when he said that he didn't believe the two accusers of Michael Jackson. So like you say, I don't see a positive side to this when it comes for a career, because Rotten Tomatoes gave Dave Chappelle a 38% or tomato meter or whatever when it came to that stand-up. She has a new movie that's coming out that she's going to be promoting. I think this could hurt her, like hurt that movie big time.
Well, that's why I was asking about the upside to this, because I do think that there is a difference between what's happening with Dave Chappelle and the backlash for what he said and what has been the story about Woody Allen and what he possibly did with a stepchild or an adopted daughter. I think those are kind of different, but when it comes to the backlash for Scarlett Johansson, I feel like there's going to be more backlash than there is support, which begs the question, what's the end game in this? And I guess we'll find out.
Even since that she's so hands-on with the women's community and empowering women, do you think that can lighten up the backlash a little bit?
I don't know. I think it depends on what you consider hands-on and empowering.
Yeah, true.
You know, I mean, everybody has like their threshold. I'm sure this will play out for itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
We shall see.
Well, new tonight, the 911 call from Kevin Hart's crash was just released. Raquel Villanueva has the news at this moment.
Well, Erica, Kevin Hart was at home when someone called 911 saying he needed help fast. Now, in the call, a woman is heard saying something is wrong with his back. The call was placed just after 2 a.m., and the person on the phone said the accident happened 20 minutes ago. But in reality, it happened much earlier, at 12:45 in the morning. Now, TMZ just posted this audio.
He's not coherent at all.
Okay, so is he breathing?
Yes, he's breathing.
Okay, so he was injured in a car accident. Did he get treatment originally from when he was injured? Did he go to the hospital or?
No treatment at all. We're just here, and he can't move.
Now, TMZ reports Kevin was removed from the car by security after the crash and driven home. 2 other passengers were left at the scene. Police are still investigating the cause of the accident. Excessive speed might have been a factor.
Okay.
Wow, as this story develops, it gets more and more unorthodox, let's just say. I mean, the fact that the woman said it was 20 minutes ago on a 911 call is not a red flag for me, because if you've ever been on a 911 call, a lot of things might be said that aren't 100% accurate, and that's not necessarily intentional. It's just the excitement of the moment. But the fact that he was extracted from the car and removed to be taken home, and the other 2 victims were left in there, as opposed to everyone being taken to the hospital, has a lot of people questioning some things.
That's the red flag, Erica, and I kind of said it yesterday, and I was hoping that there's nothing to this story. It's a car crash. But let's say he was driving, because the witness at the scene, there was a 911 call from the scene as well. The witness at the scene told TMZ that he saw the bodyguard pull him out from the driver's seat. So, could Kevin have been the driver? That's the thing. And you know he has the DUI. He's been in trouble with the DUI. So if he's speeding and he gets in a car accident, maybe he didn't want to deal with the legal issues from that, but...
Well, it looks suspicious, let's be honest.
They're digging. TMZ is digging hard on this, so...
Well, yeah, they should, but like Erica said, I don't agree that they're on the call. When you're in that situation, and it's like a life or death situation, or time just goes like this, you have no idea, was it 1 minute, was it 5, was it... I don't think that's suspicious, but yeah, just taking him and leaving 2 other victims, like passengers, that is so wrong.
Especially when someone's pinned in the back seat.
Yeah.
Awful. I don't know.
I don't like where the story's going. Well, we'll definitely be following it, because like you said, nobody's going to let up on this one. Well, Brad Pitt is getting real about sobriety. In a new interview with the New York Times, the actor revealed that he's been attending an all-male Alcoholics Anonymous group for a year and a half. Brad revealed that his divorce from Angelina Jolie propelled him to seek help. He says he was drinking too much and had to, quote, remove his drinking privilege. Now, we had this discussion, and the point was brought up that he's been in AA for a year and a half, and no one ratted him out, which is great, but it also begs the question, who else is in this group? Because Brad Pitt could be the least successful person in this group, and therefore no one's talking.
See, I was thinking he may have paid some people off in there, like had them sign NDAs and paid some people off.
It's
like, hey,
Alcoholics Anonymous.
But for the right price, I would be quiet. I would tell no TMZ.
If you're in Alcoholics Anonymous, you wouldn't want anyone to tell on you, would you? You've got to be respectful of one another. Because if you're going to AA, you're desperate for help. You're like, you know, your life could be in danger. Your health isn't obviously great. You've got your friends, your family. You're trying to change your life. So I think this is a really great thing for them as a group, as a total. This is amazing. I'm so proud. It gives me faith in humanity.
And it gives you a sense, I guess, for him of gratefulness. You know, this is Brad Pitt we're talking about, one of the most successful actors, maybe of all time. You know, everyone has their argument. But when you're in there, and let's say you're in there with people who have real problems to say, like people doing things like drinking mouthwash to get their alcohol fixed, that's where I think a level of gratitude probably kicked in. And he realized he wasn't going the right path, so kudos to him.
I think that the postman always rings several times, but if you don't start to answer, then he rings louder and louder, and it gets more aggressive and more aggressive until you finally have to pay attention. So apparently it was time for Brad Pitt to pay attention. Good for him. Steph, I'm going to get your opinion on this story, because Ariana Grande may have 7 rings, but she wants 8 figures. She's suing clothing chain Forever 21 for $10 million. They were planning a collaboration last year, but Ariana backed out because Forever 21 wasn't willing to pay enough. She filed a lawsuit saying the company used a lookalike in their campaign instead. See for yourself. Forever 21 used this girl on the right who looks almost identical to Ariana in her 7 Rings music video. And it's also important that people know that under the descriptions, they used quotes and lines or lyrics from the 7 Rings song as well.
Okay, so when I first heard this story, I was not aware that they originally asked Ariana to be in the campaign. I thought, oh, they've just recreated a look for their audience or their customers, right? When I then looked further and realized, oh no, they couldn't afford her, and they've used her lyrics. Oh my gosh, my mind is blown. I don't know how that was ever signed off by anyone. That is really horrendous. But what I find more interesting, Erica, is the fact that 6 days ago, Forever 21 said they're potentially going to file for bankruptcy, and Ariana conveniently is suing them for $10 million. So could that be the reason they're looking to do this? Is it anything they're saying it's because no one's shopping in stores anymore and it's all online, so they can't afford their stores. When in reality, I think you've just, you know, annoyed Ariana Grande and you're about to lose your entire business.
Hey, I mean, you couldn't afford her. You can't afford Gucci. What do you go get? Fucci. It's just that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did just now. They got a lower version of Ariana Grande. But when you go cheap, what does it say? When you go cheap, it costs you twice as much.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have to
Definitely get
go
what you
through
pay
a
for.
lawsuit, and she's got the legal backing to bury them with this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, clearly they're having some financial issues, which is probably the reason why they couldn't afford Ariana Grande to begin with, because at this point, if Forever 21 is bankrupt over a $10 million lawsuit, then they were in some pretty financial hot water to begin with, because in the grand scheme of things, they should be able to take care of that.
She said, "Thank you, next."
She's going to be claiming a check regardless, let's be honest.
She said, "Thank you, pay me." Oscar winner Renee Zellweger is opening up about plastic surgery rumors. The star of the upcoming Judy Garland biopic says she was humiliated by all the speculation. She denies ever going under the knife and tells Vulture magazine she remembers being sad. But despite the humiliation, Renee says it put things in perspective and helped her be less superficial.
What do y'all think as women? Did she go under the knife?
No, she didn't.
I believe you.
I don't think she did.
Yeah.
I don't think she did. I think she's had some fabulous Botox and fillers that are very carefully placed, and she looks good. And I think, you know, I can tell it's her. I don't know when you live in Hollywood and everyone is plastic fantastic, how can people not just, I don't know why people care so much. Just leave the woman alone. She looks great.
But when it comes to the Botox and stuff, doesn't it like wear off? Like Little Kim, she doesn't.
Yeah, it wears off.
It looks like it wears off a little bit.
I think she'd obviously had this done to obviously boost her self-esteem. She obviously, you know, wanted to have some work on herself. And she's done something that's non-invasive, and it's not permanent. To me, when something's permanent or when you actually are cut with a knife, that's plastic surgery. I think if you're going to have something that's going to last, you know, a month or two and it wears out, or 6 months, to me, it's not the same.
And that's aesthetics, according to Steph. DBL is live, and coming up, actor and comedian Michael Rappaport reveals which Bravo housewife he'd marry, mute, and be. And we play too. That's coming up in Reality Roundup. And is this a fashion failure for Ivanka Trump? We'll show you what the internet has done to her dress. That's next in What Up Wednesday. We're continuing the Renee Zellweger conversation.
I don't mind it.
But what does she get for lying? Like, if she lies, if she's going to continue to double down on this lie.
Relatable.
But here's the issue when it comes to Renee Zellweger, Meg Ryan, women who, like even Drew Barrymore, like women who really are.
20 years, you won't recognize me.
Steph has some plans for
That's
work.
not a good thing, Steph.
Women who were really cast because of their cuteness and their like a softness, and then they go with the harder look like other women in Hollywood. It's like, if you know that your thing is this soft, flirty, young
Girl
thing,
next door
yeah,
type
it's
thing?
girl next door over like the.
Drop dead, stunning, gorgeous.
It's still drop dead, stunning, gorgeous. It's a harder look.
Yeah.
Like, it's a soft beauty versus like a harder beauty. So when you start to do things like that, it's more noticeable because people are looking to you for those cheeks and those lines and all of that. Like, it's a part of your charm.
True that.
Welcome back to DBL. It's What Up Wednesday, and I've got all the hot celebrity gossip that you lot are chatting about. So let's head on over to our What Up World map, where our first stop is Philadelphia, where my girl, the Queen Bee, just spent her 38th birthday. And oh yeah, by the way, today is Beyonce's birthday. So here is what's up. To celebrate Bey's B-Day, we've given you guys a list of 38 reasons why she is the queen, like giving us the word bootylicious, or letting us know we woke up like this, and we can't forget Destiny's Child. So basically, we love Beyonce for being, well, Beyonce. Our next stop is LA, where rumour has it Miley Cyrus is now living with Caitlyn Carter. All right, so do you guys remember Caitlyn? Well, she's the girl spotted getting cozy with Miley in Italy last month. But hold on a minute, I hear you say. Didn't Miley just get divorced? Here's what's up. So Miley's love life is more confusing than her 2013 VMA performance. I mean, I can't get over that one. So I'm gonna break it down for you. Let's go back to the beginning. So December 18, Miley and Liam tied the knot after nearly 10 years of on-again, off-again dating. August 2nd, news broke that Brody Jenner and Caitlyn split up after only 1 year of saying I do. August the 9th, Miley and Caitlyn were spotted in Italy. Only 2 days later, Miley and Liam announced their divorce. Oh yes, but things really heated up on the 26th at the VMAs. So Miley sang a very emotional song about Liam that made us all shed a tear, but she was all smiles whilst holding hands with Caitlyn. And that brings us to now. And now I'm out of breath and you lot are caught up. So our last stop is Colombia, where Ivanka Trump is now a meme thanks to a fashion fail. So whilst on an overseas trip, a gust of wind got caught up in Ivanka's sleeves and created, well, nothing other than this unfortunate photo. I mean, it's not a good look, is it, babes? Look at this user on Twitter. So they made her a cheeky creature from Jurassic Park. Clever girl, you. And here's Ivanka with a more natural look. Do you get it? Because the sleeves look like lily pads. Okay, yeah, that was a bad one. But I'll leave you with that beautiful memory. And it's been another edition of What Up Wednesday. And coming up on DBL, there's some terrible, awkward tension between Orange County housewife and her long-lost husband, who's been MIA for weeks. I mean, look at that mess of a reunion. We'll be unpacking all that drama next in Reality Roundup.
Hi, it's Raquel here with the DBL Digital team. Right now, it's time for Fast Blast, where I give you all the trending news you need to know in under 2 minutes. So let's get that timer up and get started. Now, a big congratulations to this animal shelter in Jacksonville, Florida. Volunteers helped bring home nearly all the pets ahead of Hurricane Dorian. Now, the post is captioned, "You did it," and Jacksonville, you really did. Stay safe. Now, what if I told you you could see Oprah? You could see Oprah, and you could see Oprah, and you could see Oprah. Oprah 2020 is happening, and no, she's not running for president. She's going on tour to talk about her wellness journey. And happy birthday to Queen Bee. Beyonce turns 38 today, and it's also known as this little thing called Bay Day. She's just like the rest of us too, celebrating her birthday with some cake. And speaking of celebrations, Lizzo is on cloud 9 right now. 2 years ago, yes, 2 years ago, she released Truth Hurts, and now it's the #1 single on the top Billboard 100 chart. And I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% a Lizzo fan for life. That's where I was going with that. And that's today's Fast Blast. See you next time.
Welcome back to DBL. It's the part of the show where we obsess over our favorite reality TV moments. Earlier today, I was joined by my girls, Sam Shocker and Tori Shulman, for Reality Roundup.
Oh, yeah. Get your lassos ready. Tori and Erica are feeling it. First up on The Real Housewives of Potomac, after a long night of drinking, Karen makes her true feelings known.
I will have my personal feelings. It can't stop our growth.
It will stop our growth.
Well, it's not a personal attack, and I'm not aiming to hurt you.
Yes, you are.
No, he said that there was contact.
Counterpoint.
And I'm sorry, contact without consent along the way is questionable.
Erica?
Yeah, I'm with Karen on this one. Karen's a victim of sexual assault. She has been very open about that. Ashley's husband was accused of touching someone without consent.
Wow.
And I am actually proud of Karen for bringing that up because everyone else wanted to gloss over it because it felt uncomfortable. She was saying that she couldn't idly stand by and let it be known that she didn't think that he was innocent. He just wasn't proven guilty.
Good for her.
What a different Real Housewives we've been seeing. Am I right?
I know.
Socially conscious.
Yep.
Very interesting.
I know. All right. Well, next up on The Real Housewives of Orange County, Emily is reunited with her husband Shane, but his absence made the heart grow fonder. Check it out.
So how was it when I was gone?
That's okay.
You get an idea of how much I contribute.
Did you miss Emily while you were away studying?
This is where the sarcasm comes in. Certainly I missed her. If I tell you the truth, she's gonna be pissed. And at the same time, I don't want to fib.
So I feel like Erica and I are on the same page. Before you weigh in, Erica, Tori, I want you to see this video that's gone viral of their awkward hug. Should I describe it?
Okay. That was it? How odd. It was like a side hug with a drink.
Erica's shaking her head.
Shane is the worst.
I know.
Yeah, he Let's just be really honest about it. He is the worst.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be anywhere. I'm not sure he wants to be in his own skin.
Enough with his snide comments.
He's
Is he not aware that his snide comments make him look bad?
No, he
doesn't care. Why should he care? He clearly comes from money.
Yeah.
He's snarky.
He should care.
He's some things I want to say I can't say.
Yeah, he should care. He should care. And finally, actor and comedian Michael Rappaport, we all know, is a huge fan of the Real Housewives franchises. When we spoke with him earlier, we asked, Michael, who would you marry? Who would you mute? And who do you secretly want to be? So in a game called Marry, Mute, Be, check out his response.
Man, that's a good one. Marry, I have to go with Bethany Frankel because she's a Forbes $100 million company. Mute would be Kenya Moore from Atlanta. And then which one I want to be? I'll say Erica Jane. She lives a fun life.
Good answer. So, Tori, who would you marry? Quickly.
Kyle Richards.
Good one.
Oh, who would you mute?
Good one, Tori.
Sorry, that was supposed to be natural.
Camille Grammer, girl bye. Girl, big old bye.
She's actually left.
I know she is, but she keeps coming back. Yeah. Erica, you know she does.
Yeah.
And Erica, who would you be?
I would definitely be Miss Candy Burke.
Oh, that is a good one.
A very good one.
She is the queen.
She is the queen.
Yes.
And I like that she's the queen as a silent leader. She don't need to push no agenda. She just naturally is.
Not when you making the money.
Yeah, she is.
Make the money, girl.
You go, Candy. You go. This has been Reality Roundup. We'll be right back.
Ooh, good one.
Promotional.
Freeze! Beauty Blast Police is here for you, honey. Now, this week, y'all, I have to talk to you guys about something that's near and dear to my heart, okay? If you guys remember, I really don't like blue eyeshadow. It's bad. It's bad. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, step away from the blue eyeshadow and nobody gets hurt, honey. Yes, ma'am, I'm Jeray for the Slay, and this week we're talking about using blue eyeshadows way too much. It's an overdone color that actually makes you look bad, my friend, and it's time to throw it to the window. Bye! So, let's get back to the basics. Why don't we use blue eyeshadow? Blues and purple eyeshadows all over your eyes will cause you to look like you are bruised and beaten, honey. It is not a cute look by any means. Now, when you're using a lot more of these blue and purple eyeshadows, it actually reminds the eye, or it reminds how we look at other people in the eye, of more of those sallow colors of bruising, of more sickness, anything like that. It's everything you don't want to look like when you're trying to feel like Beyonce, honey, okay? So So instead, you want to lean more towards warmer colors. Look for warm taupes, warm browns, soft reds, soft golds. You can even use hints of blue, but just don't put it all over your eye like you from the Drew Carey show looking like Mimi or whatever, girl. Bring it back a little bit more and use it in subtle ways. So some ways you can still use blue eyeshadow but not look crazy are by popping it slightly under the eye, using it as a transition color. So maybe for a smoky eye, you can take it from black to blue for a very gentle approach. But the last thing, once again, that you want to do is keep that blue all over your eye and run out your house looking like a clown. Because guess what? Everyone's gonna tell you, Jeray for the Slave told me not to wear that blue eyeshadow. Hanny. Now, another way that you can also incorporate some blue into your look, if you're really stuck on using the blue, is maybe just using a blue eyeliner as well. This is a great way to keep a subtle eye, use creams, soft browns, maybe even a little black in the end corner of your eye, and then take it in with a deep navy liner to enhance your eyes. I'm sure you will thank me later, guys. All right, now that's all for this week's Beauty Blast, but for next week, go ahead and write me in at Jeray for the Slave for more of what you want to see. We'll talk to you guys later.
Welcome back to DBL. Brandon, you got some comments from DBL Nation?
Yes, I do. Veronica says, Brandon, what housewife would you be?
Oh.
I would be the OG from the OC, Vicky Gunvalson.
Why?
Because she's the OG.
Yeah, now she's just friend of show because she got herself into trouble. How about that?
So I feel like our producers, can I be honest? I didn't know, I had no clue who this was, but the producers told me to say that. I want to be a real husband of something.
That's possible. We'll be right back, same time, same place tomorrow.